Welcome to this week's Bible story. Again, we are reading from the Spark Story Bible, and it comes to us from Spark Publishing House. This week's story is The Last Supper, and you can follow along in your favorite Bible and from your favorite gospel because the story appears in all four gospels. You can find it in Matthew chapter 26, verses 17 through 30, Mark chapter 14, verses 10 through 32, Luke chapter 22, verses 14 through 28, and John chapter 13, verses 1 through 20. The Last Supper. Jesus knew that the time had come for him to leave this world. He wanted to share his last Passover meal together with his 12 closest friends, the disciples. Jesus loved his friends and wanted to show them his love in a very caring way. As the friends got ready for the meal, Jesus put water in a large bowl and knelt down on the floor. He wanted to wash the feet of each disciple. When it was Peter's turn, Peter said to Jesus, "You will never wash my feet." Jesus replied, "Peter, you don't understand what I'm doing now, but you will later." And Peter loved Jesus so much that he said, "Then don't just wash my feet, but my head and my hands also." Peter wanted to be as close to Jesus as possible. As they were eating, Jesus sadly told the disciples, "Soon one of you will betray me. One of you will tell people who don't like me where I am so they can come and take me away." This upset the disciples, and each one said, "It's not me you're talking about, is it?" When Judas said this, Jesus gently replied, "Yes, Judas, you will betray me." Then Jesus picked up a loaf of bread, he blessed it, and gave some to each of his friends, saying, "Take this bread and eat it. This is my body." Then Jesus picked up a cup of wine. He gave thanks and said, "Drink this. It is my blood, which I must give up so that the sins of all people may be forgiven." When the meal was over, Jesus and his friends went to a place called the Mount of Olives. Jesus said sadly, "Soon you will all leave me." And Peter felt bad. "Even if all the others leave you, I won't," he said. And Jesus looked at his dear friend and said quietly, "Before the sun rises, you will pretend you don't know me 3 times." Peter said, "Jesus, I love you too much to ever do that to you." And all of the other disciples said the same thing. So for the rest of this week of Holy Week, and as we approach Good Friday and Easter Sunday, what can you do to show people that you love them and that God loves them too?